his house ain't a home and he's losing sleep. Wife cold as steel, vibe off track. Ask me how the hell to get his edge back.
What's going on, guys? I hope you're having a good Thursday. We have a good sponsored video for you today. My man wrote in, he says, am I wrong for turning her down when she finally wants sex? Paul, I hope you can help me figure out what I'm doing here, because part of me thinks I'm finally standing up for myself, and another part of me thinks I might be making the whole situation worse. My wife and I aren't in a full dead bedroom, but it feels close sometimes. We have sex maybe 3 or 4 times a month on a good month, but she turns me down far more often than she says yes. Most nights I try to start something. I get brushed off with the same excuses: tired, busy, not in the mood, stressed. After hearing no enough times, you start to feel like you're bothering the person who's supposed to want you. Well, yeah, brother, like I'll tell you what, like only having sex a handful of times a month isn't a total dead bedroom, but it's definitely on hospice. It's not dead yet, but it's on hospice, man. Like I saw a funny video on Instagram the other day where a woman walks into a room and the husband immediately asked, "Hey, how's the headache?" And she goes, "Huh? What headache?" And he just starts taking off his clothes because she's given him the excuse so many times that I've got a headache that he just decided to lead with that, right? Anyway, I'm not recommending doing that. I just thought it was funny. Okay, so my man comes in. He continues. He says, what makes it worse is that every once in a while, maybe every 2 or 3 months, she'll actually initiate. But it never feels like desire. It usually happens when she wants something from me, or when she's trying to smooth over some tension, or when she knows she needs me in a better mood. It feels like a tool she pulls out, not something genuine. Yeah, you know what? Women are really good. Women are really good at using sex for manipulation, aren't they? We have a brother in the wolf pack who was dealing with something very similar. In fact, he refers to it as dangling a carrot. Pisses him off constantly, and for a long time we were going back and forth about this type of stuff, about what he wanted to do, which is what you're getting into here, and you know why it's not necessarily a good idea. So we're going to get into that more here. So he says, so lately, when she reaches for me, I've had this instinct to turn her down instead. Not because I don't want her, but because I'm tired of feeling like I'm the only one who reaches. And honestly, it feels good for a second to throw it back at her. Sometimes I'll even say, how do you like it? Because that's exactly what runs through my mind in that moment. Like, this is a bad idea. This is a bad idea, brother, especially adding the how do you like it part at the end. Like we're not 12, guys. Okay. We're not 12. We need to be the ones who are setting the tone and leading this relationship. And that tit for tat crap is for children, right? It's for children, and we're men, aren't we? We're supposed to be, right? Her not thinking that you're a man is probably a big reason why she doesn't want to bang you. Okay. As far as turning her down, it doesn't work the same way for women as it does for men. Okay. Especially in a semi-dead bedroom situation like this. All right. She doesn't want to have sex with you anyway. Do you understand what I'm saying? She doesn't want to have sex with you anyway. So rejecting her just reinforces the reasoning behind not wanting to have sex with you. She'll actually have sex with you even less if you keep doing this crap. Okay. It's not going to teach her a lesson. It's going to train her to do the exact opposite of what you want, which is more sex, right? Okay. But as soon as I do it, she gets irritated or upset. Yeah, and women don't handle rejection well. They don't. They internalize that shit. Like men, we're used to rejection. We've been doing it our whole lives. Just before you even met your wife, you probably got rejected by a dozen other chicks, right? Like we're used to rejection. Women are not. Okay. So women they can't mentally deal with it. Okay. So she gets irritated or upset. Suddenly she wants to talk about it. Suddenly she's emotional. Meanwhile, I think about how many times I've been turned down and expected to just deal with it. There's no conversation about my feelings when she pushes me away. Yeah. And let me guess, when you do start talking about it, you go down the path of deering, right? You defend, explain, excuse, rationalize, right? Well, honey, you reject me all the time. I just thought I'd return the favor and see how you like it, right? Communication is the key to a healthy relationship, right, guys? Basically, you're justifying why you're rejecting her, which is also unattractive behavior. Anytime you justify yourself to your wife, it's unattractive, okay? So let me guess, when you do that, her pussy doesn't get wetter, does it? It doesn't, right? It's not magically getting wetter when you dress her down like that. Yeah. Talking things out doesn't work. So he goes on, he says, the problem is, I don't know if I'm actually making a point or if I'm just letting resentment take over. You're letting resentment take over, brother. Okay. You'll never fix this from a place of resentment. Never. All right. A man can only take so many rejections before something inside him snaps a little. But now I'm wondering if telling her no isn't helping anything at all. Maybe it's just putting us further apart. Maybe it's making her want me even less, or maybe she's only upset because she's losing control of the timing. It's not helping, brother, and she's still in control here. She's still in control here. Think about it. She's the one that's in control here. Okay. I guess what I'm trying to figure out is whether this instinct I'm acting on is helping me reclaim some self-respect, or if I'm about to regret this whole thing. I don't want to reinforce behavior that already drives me crazy, but I also don't want to ruin whatever small spark we have left by saying no out of spite. This is going to be a real short one. I'm looking at the time right now, like, man, we're not even at the 8-minute mark, and we're almost like all the way through this email here. And that's the rub, though, brother, right? You are reinforcing the behavior that pisses you off. Okay. One of the things I talk about in Keep Your Bitch, I talk about it a little bit in Get Her to Fuck You Again, right? We're not at the 8-minute mark, guys. Send super chats. I talk about it in Get Her to Fuck You Again, the idea of operant conditioning, right? But one of the things that I go into in Keep Your Bitch, this is really for guys who have turned their relationship around, right? Is that most guys are doing operant conditioning, but they're doing it in the opposite direction. They're training her to treat him in a certain way that they don't like. Okay. And you're doing that through your behavior and stuff like that. And this is exactly what you're doing. Okay. You are reinforcing the behavior that pisses you off. You're training her that sex isn't a big deal for you and that she should have less sex with you because of it. Like she already doesn't want sex. So it's an easy decision for her to make. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I won't do this anymore because he doesn't want it and I don't want it either. So, well, I guess we're all happy now, right? Which is just going to further piss you off, right? He goes, I'm trying to understand what's really going on here. Why she gets so upset when I turn her down, because women, like I said, women just can't handle rejection, right? Like sexuality is their primary agency, if not their only agency. It's the whole reason why when women go out and protest on the streets, they take their shirts off and show their tits, right? It's because that's how they get male attention. And so when she does that to get male attention and you shut that down, it pisses her off because you're shutting down her only weapon in the toolbox, right? There's a better way of handling this. Which I'll get to. He goes, why she gets so upset when I turn her down, why she only initiates when it benefits her. Well, yeah. Yeah. Why? I mean, right now she holds all the cards, brother. Think about it like this. If you ever read that bastard Brian Stone's book, I always joke, like a lot of people are like, man, why don't you like Brian Stone? I like Brian Stone plenty. Okay. I've learned tons from that guy. If you ever read his book on dread, one of the things that he talks about is the concept of the scoreboard, right? When you're in this position, she's running the game. Okay. She's putting scores up on the board. She's dunking on your ass. You're not doing anything. You're not in control at all. She's winning. Okay. So that's why she can do this shit when it benefits her. Okay. Not when it benefits you. Okay. You've got to change that dynamic. Why I feel this mix of satisfaction and guilt when I reject her, and because you want sex, right? You want sex. And so you're turning her down to try to teach her a lesson, but then you still get less sex. And so you're in a position where you're just still not having sex and you're pissed off about it. Right. And what the hell am I supposed to do moving forward if I don't want to feed this resentment loop any longer? Okay. Well, first of all, you're not alone. A lot of guys feel this way. Okay. A lot of that resentment loop shit, it comes from covert contracts, doing something to get something, right? A lot of guys are doing this. And then like they try to do all this nice stuff. And then they don't understand why she doesn't respond the way they want. And then they get pissed off about it. That creates more resentment. Then they go in to initiate for sex. She shuts them down. But then when she wants it, now all of a sudden you're expected to be what it's just a whole, negative reinforcement loop, right? So you're not alone. A lot of guys feel this way. I mentioned before that one of our Wolfpack guys was going through this, and we were going back and forth about it in the chat a lot. And I kept explaining, like, hey man, that's not how it works. It's not how it works. He's like, fuck that shit. I ain't fucking rewarding her behavior. I'm like, it's not that you're rewarding. You're actually just reinforcing her bad behavior is what you're doing. Okay. He's finally understanding it. He's actually been posting a lot of updates lately where he's talking about how like his marriage is not perfect yet, but just in the last couple of months of being in the pack and emptying his cup a little bit, right? Because a lot of this stuff comes down to being coachable and emptying your cup. If you already have preconceived notions of what you want to do, and then when I tell you like don't do that, do it this way, and you can't fucking empty your cup so you can learn something new and try something different, you're going to keep getting the same results, right? So my man at Wolfpack, he did that. He emptied his cup and he's like, okay, teach me, right? We start filling his cup up and he starts implementing what we're talking about. And now he's getting really good results. Okay. So there's a better strategy here. He says, any insight you can give would help because right now I'm stuck between wanting to stand my ground and worrying I'm pushing her further away. Okay. We want to use operant conditioning. It's what I mentioned before, right? Operant conditioning. It's the same way you train children. It's the same way you train animals like dogs and cats. You reward good behavior, you punish bad behavior. It works the same way on your wife. Okay. So we want to reward good behavior and punish bad behavior. Right now, you're punishing her good behavior. Okay. If you want more sex, you want to reward her when she offers sex. Okay. And it will actually train her to want to initiate more. Okay. You're also feeling a lot of resentment right now. Okay. Hold on. You're also feeling a lot of resentment right now. You can use that to your advantage. Okay. When she initiates sex, fuck the absolute shit out of her. Okay. Take that aggression out on her pussy, brother. Okay. I'm talking flip her around, put her in various positions that you want her in. All right. Reward her good behavior by fucking her so good she doesn't even know her fucking name. Okay. You feel me, dog? Okay. Just hate fuck the shit out of her. Okay. Despite popular nice guy belief, women don't want you to make love to them. They want to be fucked. Okay. They don't want you to make love to them. They want to be fucked. Okay. They want to be absolutely ravaged by you. If you guys don't believe me, right? Because a lot of you guys are still listening to what women say instead of paying attention to what they respond to and what they actually do, right? Read Nancy Friday's book because a lot of you guys don't want to hear this coming from a man. You want to hear it coming from a woman. That's why you guys are all simping for female dating coaches that don't know fuck all, right? Read Nancy Friday's book. Nancy Friday wrote a book back in the 60s where she invited a bunch of women all across the country to write in anonymously about their sexual fantasies. And once these women knew that they weren't going to be judged, knew that they were going to be anonymous, they let their freak flags fly. Okay. I'm talking like this was back in the 60s too. I'm talking your grandma was a dirty birdie. Okay. most of these women want to just absolutely be ravaged. They don't want you to make sweet love to them like you would think watching stupid fucking rom-coms. Okay. So use that to your advantage. You're fucking resentful with her right now. Well, reward that good behavior by fucking the absolute shit out of her. All right. Now, when you go to initiate and she rejects you, don't get butthurt by it. Okay. Act indifferent and remove your time and attention. This is how we punish bad behavior. Okay. Because attention is coin of the realm in girl world. So when we remove our time and attention, it's pretty much our only tool in the toolbox. We're not allowed to, beat our wives anymore. Right. So that's your only tool in the toolbox. So have your gym bag ready, grab your gym bag and head to the gym. And even if it's fucking midnight, hopefully you have a 24-hour gym you can go to. Okay. If you don't have a 24-hour gym you can go to, tell her you're not tired and you're heading out, and go to a bar or something. Okay. There's always something open at fucking midnight in most places. Okay. Just remove your time and attention with indifference. Okay. And just don't make a big deal out of it. Just be like, all right, well, you have a good night. I'm going to take off. Okay. Slowly but surely she'll start changing her tune. Okay. This is passive dread, because she's going to wonder, like, where the fuck are you going in the middle of the night? You know what I mean? And her hamster wheel is going to start going. You don't have to do anything bad if you don't want to. Okay. But she doesn't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Make her start wondering about you a little bit. If you really want to turn things around though, okay, and I'm serious about this. If you guys really want to turn things around, if you're in this situation, read this on repeat. Okay. Like if you are more of an audio listener, just listen to it on repeat. Okay. Listen to it on repeat. You can, read it on paperback. You can do both at the same time. Grab the workbook. There's a workbook that goes with that. Do that kind of shit. Take the passive dread blueprint course that I have. The links for all this stuff's in the description. All right. But just doing that on repeat, it's going to rewire what's going on up here, which is going to change your actions in the relationship for the better. We've got a lot of guys in the wolf pack right now that are doing this, and they're seeing fundamental fucking changes. Fundamental changes. Okay. So do that. The links are in the description. That's pretty much all I have on this one, brother. Like I've done lots of podcasts on this. When it comes to women rejecting, or like guys rejecting women, like there's a lot of YouTube videos about this. A lot of guys are like, they feel justified doing it. And I get it, but it's not working the same way that you're hoping it's going to work. Okay. If you want to get out of a dead bedroom situation, you got to do things a little bit differently. You can't keep doing the same shit that got you there. Doing the same shit that got you there is just going to make it worse. Okay. You've got to do something different. All right. All right, cool. All right. We got people watching here in the chat. What do we got? Phil's in the house. He says, hoorah. Let's see here. Hold on a second. Eric Von Eric, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. They are so good at, you're talking about manipulation. Yeah, they are. Women are master manipulators. Women invented manipulation. I love it when I put videos out online and women are like, you're just teaching men to manipulate women. It's like, you goddamn right. You goddamn right. Because women invented this shit. They have a leg up. We're playing fucking catch up here, man. Come on. Erkin says, is there any attractive behavior in women? Yeah, when they bend over and show you that ass, that's pretty attractive, don't you think? Smashing the like button is alpha. That's right, man. By the way, guys, I mentioned Wolfpack here, okay? Dar Fitness is going to be giving us a clinic this Saturday for Wolfpack Brothers. It's a private pod class for members only. Join now. Okay, go to wolf.comeonmanpod.com. Join now. It's a 7-day free trial. If you guys are struggling with weight loss, you're thinking about maybe doing the keto diet or whatever, he's going to put us on game on Saturday, man. It's going to be awesome. Dividend Gypsy says, I've unknowingly been using covert contracts for years. I'm finally turning things around thanks in great part to your coaching. Hey, good to hear that, man. Dude, we all have done covert contracts. Like when you first, when I don't know about you guys, but when I first learned about the concept of a covert contract, I was like, holy fuck. Like my whole life, but my whole game plan with women was covert contracts, my whole fucking life. And when you eliminate them, it's a total game changer. It's awesome. Hey, Alex Patino's in the house. What's up about those locos, you British cigarettes? And Brother John's in the house. He says, I am not a British cigarette. I'm a bundle of sticks. Yes, either way. Either way. All right, guys. I hope you learned something from this episode. If you guys have any kind of questions of your own, consider sponsoring a video, would you? Go to video.comeonmanpod.com. I'd love to read your email and give you my peace of mind. Give you peace of my mind. Okay. All right. Other than that, tune into the podcast tomorrow on Frame Friday. We're going to talk about having a genuine burning desire to achieve your goals. It should be a fun episode. It's based off of concepts from Think and Grow Rich. So tomorrow's episode, I'm going to talk about money and money goals a little bit, but I'm also going to try to weave in any other goals that you might have. Okay. But because you can apply this stuff to any area of your life. It happens to be from Think and Grow Rich. So we're going to be talking about a little bit about money goals tomorrow. So please tune into that 10 a.m. Eastern time. We will see you guys on the live stream.